I always manifested, like, in my mom going to the league. One day, Harvey Katani goes, write goals down. Let me graduate from high school. Get a scholarship, graduate from college. I'm going to go to NBA.
Where'd you get drafted at?
36. And I was like, dang, I made this far? Like, oh, I'm going to make all y'all pay.
Dreams come true. You in the Timberwolves.
And I got to deal with a 7-foot Grim Reaper named KG. As soon as he gets out the car, it's on and cracking. Imagine just shooting around. And all of a sudden, you hear to the left, it's like, oh, you y'all ready?
All right, we here at Bigger Than Goals podcast with my guy Craig Smith, a good friend of mine, a legend in LA. Do his thing for the kids, do his thing for his family. Welcome to the show, my man.
Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for coming at short notice and everything. So, I mean, you played in the NBA. For what, about 5-6 years?
6 years.
6 years?
6 years, played for the Timberwolves, the Clippers, and the Portland Trailblazers.
Nice. And you from LA?
Born and raised, yeah.
Inglewood, right?
So I was born in Inglewood.
Uh-huh.
I was raised pretty much in South Central, parts of Compton, and then West LA, where I got to go to Fairfax High School.
Where how was that? Because I know Fairfax High School is near Melrose, which is not as rough as Compton and Inglewood. So how was the transition from, you know, living, going to high school in that area and living in Inglewood and Compton? So
growing up in the inner city, man, it's always, a little bit rough, and, there's rules and regulations and different things you got to follow.
So I hear.
When I came over to West LA, I mean, there was more opportunity to see different things, I would say. It put me thinking outside the box. Being able to go to school, like, in pretty much Hollywood just gave me, like, I can actually do something pretty good and, like, do it effectively well. And being a product of my environment, all I got to see was war. You know what I'm saying? Like, you grow up in war pretty much in the inner city. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of different things that kind of distract people away from their purpose. Mm-hmm. And I kind of seen that and was able to observe it at a young age. And I was thankful to have the opportunity to be able to come to the West Side to see that, because it gave me the opportunity to know, like, my worth, my power, and the things I'm going to be able to do in this world.
Right. So I guess I assume basketball was your scapegoat from all the war, the chaos. Or did you start playing basketball early?
Yeah, I started playing basketball around like 3, so it was like real early. My mom put the ball in my hand. My mom was a hooper. My dad wasn't the hooper. My mom's was the hooper.
Did she play in like college or anything?
Nah, she didn't play in college, but she had an opportunity to go overseas, but she didn't want to leave us. And there was an opportunity for her, but she felt like she needed to be here for us, so she made that sacrifice for us. So initially, that's where I learned part of my sacrifices from my mom, and understanding, like, the things she had to go through to be able to provide for us, which gave me an opportunity to be like, you know what, I'm starting early.
Wow. So was it just you, or you got any siblings?
Nah, I got a lot of siblings, but on my mom's side, it's older brother, 2 one older sister and a younger sister.
So did your mom install the work ethic in you, as far as when it came to on the court?
My mom let me know it was possible.
Right.
And then by observing what she did, she had to wake up, go to work. I always explain the story where I had to walk her to the bus stop. And for me, like, that did something to me. It created a fire. So when I started walking her to the bus stop, I initially started going to Fairfax, because I knew I needed to build something. I wanted to be something. And, like, I had gone through a lot of, like, turmoil as a kid. Like, I seen a lot of violence. Like, my brother was shot in the head, like, when I was 8 years old. My uncle was murdered on a gang initiation. There were so many things that happened, like, to me and my family at an early age, that I felt like something good had to come out of this. And by it coming out of it, I just got to get to work, and I got to do something that's totally opposite of what I'm seeing.
So when you going through all this, like, that's a lot, bro. Like, brother got shot in the head, your uncle got killed. How you keeping your head straight to focus on basketball and focus on your journey and your vision?
I think it was having the people around me, like my mom and the rest of my siblings. But it's also, I think, for me, when I saw that, initially for me was just like, I want to do something to impact the youth and really change the landscape of things. Like, that was my initial thought as a kid. Like, what can I do, like, so when I get older to help?
Youth trying to think about impacting your peers? That's love right there, bro.
already.
That's a good heart. That's a good heart for you.
Because like what's unfortunate is, right, when you do something that you work really hard for, it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes turns into a little bit of luck. And everybody doesn't have that luck when they growing up with you, your peers, different things like that. So for me, it was just like, how can I create the advantage, but also do something cool that can like present us in a different mindset? I don't know. I've always been a futuristic type of kid. Like I grew up in the era that had Back to the Future, different things like that. So
Right.
I was able to see different things. For me, being an observer, seeing things just put
So,
me outside the box.
so a visionary, in other words.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about on the show. We talk about your vision and how you got to your vision through all the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, and so now you playing basketball. You at Fairfax. How was Fairfax when you played? Were they good? Were you guys good?
Yeah, we were good. We were always good. I mean, it's a basketball school, so
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we were like always good, always going to be in the Final Four, in the championship,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And we had this, coach. His name was Harvey Katani.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there for a long time now. He's at Rolling Hills Prep, but he made a lot of pros, and he had a really good foundation of fundamentals. And
Mm-hmm.
that's something that was introduced to me at a young age, where he had every day for an hour,
Uh-huh.
we would do footwork drills. Boring as hell.
Yeah.
But we in here doing all these footwork drills, then we get to practice and do all this other stuff. I used to hate it until I got to college where I realized, he gave me like an arsenal of game.
I always tell people the basics. Focus on the basics first, and then you can get to the creative stuff.
Because I ain't really need to focus on my athleticism. I had
Uh,
so much footwork that I can create separation on guys that I ain't even need to use my athleticism, which saves me for many years to play.
nice, nice. So when did you know you was good? Like, did you like what was the game? Like, damn, I scored 50. Like, I know I can take it to the next
Oh,
level
when
now.
it really got real for me, it was like in my freshman year at BC, and
Mm-hmm.
we had like these Saturday practices where it'd just be like pickup scrimmages. So it
Uh-huh.
was cool. So we'll do pickup scrimmage, and then we'll have film like later and shoot around. That's it. So that day, this guy named Ryan Sidney, who was my teammate, he was sick. He wasn't going to be able to play. So it was me and a gang of other freshmen, maybe like, I think my guy Nate Dornicamp. And I ended up having like 48 in that scrimmage.
Shit.
And this is against,
You was a
Troy
freshman?
Bell. I'm a freshman.
I remember Troy Bell. Troy
Troy
Bell was
Bell's team.
nice.
Troy
Troy
Bell's
Bell was nice,
come
dog.
on, man.
He
That's
was
my
tough.
guy.
He was one of the reasons why I was watching Boston College back
We
in
was
the day.
playing against T Bell and against my guy Yuka Agbai. And Yuka Agbai was the kind of the big that time. So it's just like, man, to do this at this level, and like I'm 18 years old, like, something's brewing here.
But you was a bucket in high school though, because I read somewhere you scored over 2,000 points in high school.
Yep. Well, yeah, something like that. I know I was getting buckets.
Did
I
you go?
just don't know how to count, but I did go. I went to prep school.
They didn't give you a ball or anything when you dropped 1,000?
Nah, man, I ain't
No,
really
they
get
did
no
you
ball. I
dirty
ain't
on
even
that.
get no ball at BC for
They
getting
did
1,000.
ABC. I did my man dirty, man. We gotta give my man a ball, bro.
Yeah, let me get a ball. Let me add that to the collection.
That's crazy. Everybody got a basketball boy right here, man.
I don't got no 1,000-point or no 1,000-rebound basketball.
And you went to prep school too, right?
Yep. I went to
Okay.
prep school with Jared Jack. Shout out Jay Jack, man.
Jared Jack was nice too. Georgia Tech, he was nice.
I got to play with some wonderful people,
dogs.
man. Some
You
great
gotta play with some
guards.
dogs,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Troy Bell and Georgia.
T Bill, Jay Jack, Jay
And your
Dub.
prep school was what? In Massachusetts, right?
Worcester Academy, which everybody says Worcester.
That's how I pronounced it early.
Yeah.
No, that's how I pronounced it early, but I didn't want to get it wrong. So I knew it was in Massachusetts. So I just said, let me just say Massachusetts so I'll get it wrong.
Yeah, they be sneaky with that one, but it's Worcester. Yeah, it got me too, like my first year.
So,
I'm like, man.
now that's a culture shock. Massachusetts, Inglewood to Massachusetts.
Man, I've been spoiled all my life with good weather.
Right.
Right? Being from Cali. And I gotta go freeze my ass off. Like, it was a totally different vibe, but like for me, it just made me a little tougher and hungrier because now I'm by myself. That cold. Now I got to defend from I don't know nobody out here.
Nope.
It's just me.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
part of
saying.
it.
So
Yeah,
it's like
that's part of
I'm on guard every day, but
In Massachusetts?
I mean, not like Worcester was a hood though.
Really?
Oh, it wasn't like Compton or anything, but Worcester's hood though.
I ain't going to discredit Massachusetts.
Don't
I
discredit. Shout out Worcester,
I've
man.
never been to
Shout
Boston.
out
I've
Worcester.
never been. So
The mean streets of Boston. My guy. There's some mean streets out there.
Oh, dang. So how was prep school?
A learning experience that forever changed my life forever.
Word. In what way?
Gave me confidence that I can be able to compete in the classroom at Boston College.
Uh-huh.
You know, coming from LA, like I went to public school and a little bit of private school, like that's a little different business right there.
Yeah, facts,
and I don't know everything, like especially coming from a public school. It ain't like I went to private school, so to have that opportunity where I felt like I was given more knowledge and understanding like the tools I needed to really be successful in the classroom and like to compete and not just be like chilling in the back like I'm cool with a C or a B. Like, nah, I really want to get an A. So it was that, and then was just I never forget this. I always got to bring this up. My first day, like my teammates, they thought I was trash, bro.
Why?
They thought I was trash.
Why? What you was doing?
Nah, because I just looked sloppy, right? Like I was still like a little jiggly a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But like I had G.
How they treated you? You was the last person to pick.
So they looked at me.
They picked the janitor first. They was looking for somebody else. How they treated you?
So it was like all of them huddled up. You feel me? I'm just with the head coach because I just got in. Like I had to go from Providence, right? You got to fly in from. This is how it used to be. You should fly into Providence and then you drive to Worcester. It's like a 30-minute drive from Providence, Rhode Island to Worcester because you know East Coast states are small.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there. I got on my Fresh Prince of Bel-Air whole outfit, the blazer, the slacks.
You had an inside out too.
I did, low key.
That's crazy.
I did, low key.
My man had to relax.
I had to, and I was like,
I'm
doing reverse, so I got to.
You made your present no. Huh?
They came up and they were just looking at me like this, like, yeah, we play at 3:00, like that, like, yeah, we play at 3:00. I hope you bring your shoes, like that look of this taste.
He was just
like,
as big as you, cause you was 6'6",
yeah, we had 2 6'9" guys. I mean, we had 11 D1 scholarship players on that team.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
So that was
tough.
Respectfully, but then it was just like, I'm gonna let y'all know why I'm the best on this team. So what was cool was later that afternoon, I kept all that energy with me, right? Like, all right, I'm about to show y'all something. I go in there and like it's like a Hoosiers feel. Like dark wooden floor, you know, you got the track upstairs.
Yeah.
There's college coaches all around there, from Coach Calhoun. All your top coaches.
Every practice or just
no. That was like pickup.
Okay.
But coaches is there because it's the first day, and they just want to see like they hear about this team. We're supposed to be really, really good already.
Right.
Because of course we got J Jack headlining. So shirts and skins. We on offense. Somebody shoot it. I grab it. So I grab it. I'm right under the rim. Like, yo, I'm about to tear this rim off. I'm about to let y'all know everything. So back in the day, what I used to do a lot was I would grab the rebound, pump fake, and just go right up like Shaq and just boom on everybody. So when I did that, I ended up getting 10 more scholarships. And J Jack's like, yo, we about to go to the championship, B. I'm like, yeah, it's about to get real over here. And then averaged 20 and 10, led the team in scoring, but unfortunately we lost in the chippers.
Word. So what was the other schools that looked at besides Boston College?
Before all that, none, not really. I mean, I had Cal State LA, D2. I had University of Texas, El Paso.
Right.
They were kind of interested. Slightly Fullerton, but nobody really thought, right? Because it's a tough guess of who's going to do this, who's going to do that. And then sometimes, like, I don't know, maybe it was got a bad rep because I wasn't in the best shape in high school. But at the same time, it's like I gave buckets.
Right.
And one, like, I was out here roly-poly, just rolling on the floor, like, slow. It was like, nah, I just need to critique some things. I needed a mentor, somebody to help come in and critique.
Absolutely.
Right? To help me understand, like, all right, you're good, but this is how you can get better.
Right.
I need you to see this. Because most things, like, back in the day, I had to see myself. Like, kids, y'all have the honor today because you got trainers. Yeah, no trainer.
Yep. You have YouTube. You get to see, like, what LeBron James is doing, what Chris Paul was doing. Back in the day, my favorite player was Allen Iverson. I had to guess what he was doing. You didn't see Allen Iverson work out. You didn't see Kobe work out. So
and it wasn't no breakdowns either. Like somebody literally breaking it down to have you understand why you watching.
So would you say a mentor is key in your journey?
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah.
You definitely need a mentor in life. Period.
Facts.
And the older you get, the older your mentor should get too, because you should always have some type of mentor. Yes, family, friends are cool, but find a one. I mean, find a one friend that's older than you, because you'll appreciate it.
How would you go about that? Like if if you wanted to tell a kid, you know, maybe he don't do basketball. Maybe he just like, damn, bro, I'm really trying to find my way, but I can't.
So in that way, we gotta find your passion. So then we
Mm-hmm.
go like this, in which I kind of tell the kids today, like, I want you to write 5 goals.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to write it down so you can see what it looks like
Yep.
first.
Yep.
If you can write it down, see what it looks like, all right, now the next thing is, how do I get there?
Right.
Now, if it's how do I get there, right? You got to put the work in. And by putting the work in, some people will see that. And some people in that situation become your mentors.
Yeah.
Because that's the situations that happened to me. I hopped the gate at Fairfax. There was nobody there. It was me and a friend. His name was Miles Norvell. He would be majority my rebounder at the time, but it was my boy. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, we're just getting shots back and forth. We don't really know we're creating a routine.
Yeah.
And then here comes the janitor, Big Mike. Big Mike, OG gangbanger. You feel what I'm saying? But, like, is a real guy because he, at the end of the day, understands, like, what you need to do to, like, keep things positive or motivate people. And what he did was he motivated me.
That's all it takes, though. That's all it takes from somebody to come and motivate you, mentor you, and guide you. All you think you had to do is stay on the right path, is to stay out of trouble at that point.
Well, that's what's cool about the mentor, because it's like it keeps you in that place. Because like, oh, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, oh, I'm doing a good job. All right, cool. Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll just keep seeing things, which is the big key that people don't understand. The more you do, yes, nobody's going to see the first step, because you got to believe. You got to have faith first.
Facts. Can't do nothing.
Once you
that.
start stepping, people going to see you going up the stairs.
Yeah. And then people going to want help. I think the biggest thing we get into is being scared to ask for help. A lot of people are scared to ask for help. Everyone wants to feel like they know it all already. No, I knew this already. I did this already. I've done it already. Might not be doing it right. There's people in your position people who are in a position that you want to be in, and they made the same mistakes. There's books out there you can read to help you avoid all the silly stuff that goes on. So going back to, so now you in prep school. You picked Boston College. You did about what, 4 years there?
4 years, graduated.
Nice.
Yes. Shout out to my grandma. I promised her. I promised my grandma
How-
I'd be a college graduate.
How was your seasons there? I remember watching you play when I was in college myself. But I don't remember. I remember because I used to watch Troy Bell. So I don't remember, but I don't remember like y'all record.
No, we was good. We got snubbed Troy's senior year to go to the tourney. We was 19-12, but we had beat UConn at UConn. There was different things like we smacked.
What UConn year was that?
We smacked Emeka,
Ben Gordon.
Hey, they know we came in there and smacked them. They was hot. They had to wait a whole nother year for that action.
But that was Charlie Villanova on that team?
Nah, not yet.
That was next.
That was my last year. My last year in the Big East. Like, I'm undefeated at UConn.
Word.
I ain't never lost at UConn. Or North Carolina. Like, it's things like that.
Jim Calhoun.
Yeah.
I used to love Connecticut, bro.
Connecticut was hard.
They was tough.
I watched, what was cool was at Worcester, during winter break, we got to go down there and watch UConn. And this was like Karan Butler last year. So I got to watch Karan Butler play like in a whole game.
He was tough too. He was tough.
He had like 24 and 20 minutes.
He was super tough, yeah.
And he used that steal, that dunk, that breakaway dunk.
No, he was one of my favorite small forwards from the Huskies. Him and Rudy Gay.
He was cold.
They was both cold.
Rudy, yeah.
So y'all now, so you at Boston College, y'all doing decent, good. I mean, how was the transition from high school basketball to college basketball as far as the work ethic? Like how many practice you had for college versus high school a day?
Yeah, it was different. In college, when you got a scholarship, you basically predicated for that scholarship. That's your job.
Right.
Like that comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like school comes second, but at BC it's not really like that because like you got to do the work there. Like, and ain't no BS school where somebody gonna come and do your work for you.
Right.
Like, nah, you gotta put this work in too. So it was hard in that regard. Like, but at the same time, man, like it was fun because it goes all right. 6:30, we might got bike sprints.
So you first practice is 6:30 in the morning.
Yo, man, 6:30 workout.
So you gotta wake up what? But you gotta really wake up like 6 to get your mind right.
Like 5:15.
5:15.
5:15. You might have to hop in the shower too, wake yourself up, right?
Some cold showers, 2-minute cold showers, bro.
6 a.m. lift. You get done up out of there at 7, but you lounging so 7:30, right? Class at 8. Gotta go get food. Class. You got individual in the afternoon.
That's what it was. So now we what? That's three practices in right now at noon, right? Individual. So you do 6:30 practice.
6:30.
Then individual.
Okay. Then now we're gonna do graveyard because that's how much we wanted. And
wait, what's the graveyard?
Yeah, that's something we made up. We made up the graveyard shift. So we got the keys to the gym at BC. We're normally known for guys to get the gym like 8, 9 o'clock. Whoever we felt like needed to get on the level we needed to get on, they was in the gym with us.
Word.
We getting shots up. We doing dribbling. And this is myself, Jared Dudley, Sean Marshall.
Jared Dudley was tough too. Damn, y'all had a team, bro.
Yeah. We
Dudley, you?
My junior year, we were first team to go 20-0.
Word.
Started season in 20-0 in Big East.
Bro.
Like that's a little level of swag, dog.
That's tough. That's tough. So y'all, so what happened to team practice though? Y'all ain't
we had team practice, but it just depends then because the individual gets swapped out for team practice. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
So like that's beginning of the season. Now during the season, all right, we still gotta get extra work in. So this is what everybody don't understand. Like, especially when you go into like tournament time, you gotta up your conditioning.
Right.
People don't up their conditioning. It's mind-boggling.
So you start working out more before, like you don't rest. Like
so practice is gonna get lighter.
True.
Right?
Very true. Yep.
You gotta keep your legs. So you gotta hit that bike or something. You gotta do something different to make sure you still getting that heart rate.
Right.
A lot of guys don't understand that, and we see a lot of guys like still a little bit be out of shape and not ready for that fourth quarter when it comes for those late tournament games.
That's the first time I heard something like this though. I usually guys want to rest. Like they like, oh, I gotta keep my legs. I ain't trying to work out. They take the light practice. They ain't getting extra shots up.
But you gotta do something.
Big fat. So you coach, right? Do you think the kids today work as hard as you work? Like I'm talking about the kids who say, I want to make it to the NBA. Not the kids who just like, look, I love basketball, I just like playing basketball. I'm saying the kids who like, yo, I want to make it to the NBA. And you hear their work ethic. Do you say like, oh, you know what? You probably can make it with this work ethic.
Yes and no, because I feel like today's game's a little privileged, so they don't have to like that in that regard.
And privilege in what way? For like, as far as they see the workouts and they got the trainers and
yeah, all I gotta do is film something. Like back in the day, we had no cameras. There was just people in the gym watching us, the scouts. Now, all I really got to do is go, hey, if I go hard for 30, 40 minutes and make it really look good, I got an opportunity. And then I can get a following. That following going to help me. Because now I can put people in the stands. Now it's more than a game in a sense.
And they're getting paid now with the
and I can get paid because of my flavor of my brand. My brand and basketball go together now. So now I can take advantage of that.
True. So I think it's good, but then there's always a con to it, right?
Yep.
I think it takes the ambition away. Because we used to, as kids, we wanted to be on them bright lights. Now they didn't create their own bright lights. You know what I mean? So they don't even care about the NBA. I saw the one girl at LSU saying she get paid more than she would get paid in the WNBA. What's the point of getting to the NBA?
Well, so a college player wouldn't say that about the NBA because clearly it's like the NBA. You can get a $300 million deal. But for her, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because of her field, but she's up in that level. She's making them. Right by her and the things that she's doing off the court, they're going to have to. And they're already doing it now.
Yep.
All-Star games sold out, right? There's more viewership. more people in the stands. But I mean, I always felt like that's the organic game because it's based off of fundamentals. You got to have real game to play in the WNBA because it's not about athleticism mostly. I mean, you got Brittany Griner who can dunk on anybody. But at the same time, everybody not dunking like that. It's coming. That evolution is coming.
Oh, yeah.
You like
the game,
windmill. We're gonna see a windmill clean too.
The game in general, the game of basketball in general, has evolved immensely over the last 20 years. I'm seeing like 5-year-olds coming down doing spin moves. It's crazy.
It's like female rap right now.
Yeah, they got it on lock too.
I
never.
Shout
I
out,
was
man.
I never.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to all the females who rapping out there. Shout out to y'all. I ain't gonna say I never thought I'd hear all female rap on the radio when I turn it on, but I didn't know when that day would come though. And that day, I can't believe how soon it came. It's crazy. So we talking your work ethic, and your work ethic helped your team have some successful years. Now you transition into the NBA. Now we draft day. I mean, before we get to draft day, how was the workouts? Like, what was the prerequisites to get to the NBA as far as the workout camps?
You know that saying when they say in order to get to heaven, you gotta go through hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the experience. So I had hurt my wrist at the end of the Sweet 16 game with Villanova, so I had to have surgery. So I'm kind of like a little bit like out of shape for a month and a half after graduation. Literally, the next day after graduation, I got to head to Houston to see John Lucas. Oh my God, John Lucas is one of the best. He's so intense though. He's like, "Hey, Hoss, we're gonna run that thing off you. We're gonna run that alcohol off you, Hoss. I heard you know you was enjoying your senior week, Hoss." I'm like, yeah, all right. So the next day, literally, he's like, I need you to take off backpedaling on the track. We had the track. It's like, is it 8 a.m.? Might be 7:30, 8 a.m. It's like 85 degrees outside.
And
it's humid.
Houston.
Yeah, it's Houston.
Oh, yeah.
I need you to back. I need
that's
you
like
to,
95 for real.
I need 3 back pedals, then three forward jogs. But I need it in like, I need it like this. I need like, let's go.
And this the workout.
No, that's the warm up.
Sheesh. But it's part of the workout to show, like, look, I belong.
Yeah, we gotta get on that track.
Oh shit. And it's just you, or is it?
Well, it's for me in that time because that's all I could really do at that moment. Because I had to prepare like my hand and do physical therapy. But I was on that track. I was on that track and on the court. And I remember, so we'll have that, right? And then he'll bring me in. I got to do ball handling. Like, I still got to, you still got a hand, Hoss. You still got to use it. So I'm in here doing 35, 40-minute ball handling drills, then maybe like one-hand shot things, different things like that, like layups. And then I got suicide for like half an hour.
So through that adversity, right? So you had a hand injury. They got a call, got to be in Houston the next day. What's your mindset like? Talk about the positive thoughts that kept you moving and help you ignore the pain through your hand.
I'm closer to my goal. I wrote all my goals down. This is the last one I need
when
to
check
check
off. When you got your goals down? Like when you was a young boy?
Yeah. No, this is young. I wrote them down, yeah. I always manifested, to be honest. I've always been like, in my mind, going to the league, like third grade papers, different things like that. So one day Harvey Katani goes, and it's like my sophomore year, write 5 goals down. It's like, all right, well, let me graduate from high school. It's the first thing. Let's get that out the way. Let me get a scholarship. Secondly. Third, I want to play in an elite place. Fourth, I want to graduate from college. And then 5, I want to go to the NBA.
So you knew right there, like, look, I don't care what's going on. I can break my other hand. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm getting there. There's nothing that's going to deter me from this. And I kind of prepared to like the Lions' perspective. You know, in the Lion, it got their eye on whatever they want, food, regardless. There's
nothing, that tunnel vision.
There's nothing's going to distract them.
Yeah. So, but Houston didn't pick you up. It was the Timberwolves.
Yeah. And so I didn't work out for nobody. Well, so what happened was I got cleared last week. So these are the teams that wanted to see me. The Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, you was loving this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm home.
The Seattle Supersonics and the LA Clippers.
Oh, you was like, I'm home.
But I had a guarantee from the Milwaukee Bucks I wasn't going no later than 39. So I already knew. Like, you know.
Right.
I already knew, like, no, I'm no later than 39. So I was like, all right, I'm going either 10 through 39. That's my thing.
So now you know, look, I'm going to the league. Your foot on the gas, you're like, look, I'm gonna still work. I'm gonna still work my ass off no matter what. Is there anything in your mind, like probably a day where you just tired? You like, you know what? Why I'm going so hard, bro? You know, I'm gonna make it there. I mean, you know, or do you say to yourself, I'm gonna keep working because I know, regardless if Houston don't like me, they gonna tell someone about me because it's about reputation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So did you go into it saying like I want my reputation to be?
I want my reputation to be, this guy don't take no days off. This guy is a gym rat. This guy loves the game. This guy wants to be around the game all the time. This guy is infatuated with the game. Nothing can separate this guy from the game. Like, that was my mindset because that's all I did. Like, even from Fairfax practice, man, I'm still going to the gym, whether it be Robertson, Penn, you name it.
So you kept that. I think so. The biggest thing in your journey, I feel like I'm hearing the one word is consistency. Consistency and persistence. That's so you get to the NBA. How was draft day? Where'd you get drafted at?
36.
36. So they ain't lied to you.
They ain't lied to you. Milwaukee was bummed at 30. They was 3 away, and I was like, "Dang, I made this far! Like, oh my god, I can't wait! Like, oh, I'm gonna make all y'all pay."
And did you go to the draft?
Nope. I chill in LA, man. Stay with the fam. Want to just have a moment with my mom.
How'd you feel when they called your name?
It's like, man, we did it.
That's love.
You insured the game into me, and I brought it here. I took it here.
That's crazy. All your dreams came true. Soon David Stern said.
No, it's actually Adam Silver who said it.
Wait, Adam Silver?
Because the second round.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So it was Adam Silver who actually called my name.
So as soon as I know y'all was going crazy.
So when everybody was like, "Yeah, who called your name?" The commissioner.
That's love, bro. So your dreams come true. You in the Timberwolves. Now you back to the cold.
I'm back freezing my butt off, and I got to deal with a 7-foot Grim Reaper, named KG.
That is right.
who is coming out of the gate as soon as he gets out the car is on and cracking.
Word. He really a shit talker like.
Oh yes. As soon as he came in, he just shooting around. Imagine just shooting around. And all of a sudden you hear to the left, he's like, "Hey, all you motherfuckers, y'all ready?" And it's like, "Oh, what?" Like, we ain't in the gym at the house. Like, bro, this ain't the gangbangers, bro. We in the league.
Hold on. Did you keep the same energy you had when you went to the Massachusetts?
Oh yeah, same energy.
Okay, all right, that's what I like
same energy. You know why? Because everybody in there. You got Kevin McHale. You got all up house. Freddie Herboy. My guy Freddie. I don't know why I'm mispronouncing his name. And everybody's in there. So for me, it's like, they gonna try me already again. I already been through the same story. And he gonna guard me too. But I got handled. He don't know I got handled. Everybody just thought I was like some conventional big, but I'm like, oh dog, I'm a tweener.
Right. So when you so now you up against a tough guy like KG. Did you ever have like a strategy? Like, let me be honest. Was there ever a practice he cooked you? And then you was like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna do it like this. This is my plan.
So I actually got to get out on first because they gave us the ball. So when Ricky Davis passed me the ball, like I was like, all right, I already know my move. I'm about to act like I can't dribble, but I'm gonna really cross you, get to the rack, and I'm gonna dunk this. And I'm gonna show everybody like why y'all picked me. So when I did that,
that's when you gain your respect.
I got my respect. Yeah. But I ain't get the ball no more.
Why not?
He cut them lights off, dog. This dog's a Hall of Famer. I didn't know what I was getting into, you feel me? Yeah. So I was like, yo, this dude is really strong to be that skinny, you feel what I'm saying? But like, all right, I maybe had like 3 points after that, but it was like, I take that though, because I got the bang, and the bang had to be worth 10 points.
You got your moment. You got your moment. And you was with them for what? 2-3 years?
3 years.
3 years? How was it? How was that experience?
It was a great experience. I mean, it was my first city in adulthood that I got to grow up. You know what I'm saying?
How old were you at this point?
22.
You keep it real. He's wilding a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's out at the clubs.
Out of Minnesota. I
Never
never
had
been
a
to
girlfriend at
Minnesota.
that time. Never.
Yeah, that's a bad situation. Especially you going straight into the league. That's crazy. I never been to Minnesota. The only thing I know about the mall and how cold it
I'll
is.
just tell you one thing: soda pop.
What's that mean?
See,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm wet behind the ears, bro. I'm wet behind the
So
ears.
yeah, Minnesota, right? It's mid east, so they call it pop.
Uh,
But I'm from the west, so I call it soda. But I always combine it. It was like, yo, soda be popping.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying? So I had to combine the soda pop theory, but soda be popping.
And they had those years, 2002, 2000 to what year you with Timberwolves?
2006 to 2009.
That was a pretty good year. Well,
No, I
04
was
was
at the
the
end.
Oh yeah, 04, yeah, when they went to the
We
Western
came
Conference
right at the
Finals.
end. They traded KG. I was devastated.
Wow.
Because I had a really good year, like with KG. KG taught me a lot.
And then so from Timberwolves, you went to
The Clippers.
Oh, how was that coming back home?
A full circle moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, LA kid, get to come back. Family and friends, everybody, all the haters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was love.
And you had a couple injuries.
Yeah, a few injuries.
Which injuries you had?
Meniscus. I had a few meniscus. I had a really bad ankle sprain in which I felt like, in my second year, if I wouldn't have had that sprain, I was looking to like score like 15, 16 points a game.
How you overcome that adversity though? Because I know, I feel like when you in a league or any professional sport, it's more cutthroat. And being as though like if you're not a marquee player, I feel like the pressure is on now. Like, darn, I tore my meniscus. I'm out for the season. Maybe I'm gonna be overlooked. You know they got a draft every year. The game is changing, it's evolving now. I don't know where they was. I don't remember was it still screen and roll back then or not. But
No, it was, but it was just like you're absolutely right. It's like being a dancer, right? And the instructor gives you like that one dance to do, right? It's hella difficult, but if you don't know it, you're out of here, right? But it's just like for me, when I had those injuries, I was just insured just on my quality of play. Like I got to make sure I get back faster. I think that was just my thing. You don't want to miss out as much time. And that because that really can get in your head about things. So for me, it was just like I had a sprain, and it was like, man, you might be out a month. I came back in like 2.5 weeks.
What'd you do when stuff got like that? Because you had, like you said, you had a couple injuries. So when you had them injuries, what'd you do to keep your mind right?
Meditate.
Meditate?
Yeah, we kind of learned that in college. We had a guy named George Mumford. George Mumford was around the Bulls, around Mike and all his championships, but we had the luxury of being with him at Boston College because he was really cool friends with my coach, Al Skinner. And he taught us some deep breathing, like meditations, and then just knowing how powerful the mind is. So it's just like, all right, I'm about to just start making my own type of energy as well.
Right.
But I know the breathing pattern. So like, as long as I continue to do that, stay positive, like it should take its course.
Yeah, I just started meditating like the last several years. Like when I wake up about 5, like, get a little, start that breathing exercise. I wish I would have known that back then. Do you think like that would have helped like kids coming from the inner city? You think meditation would help? Do you think they should put it in schools? Like you think they should have like in kindergarten, soon they come in, start meditating? You
I
think
think so, yeah, because like, what's the purpose of nap time really?
True.
I think you can get better quality and better energy in by like showing kids more positivity and more ways of being positive. Like we don't really give the kids like that positive outlet. We give them sometimes that negative outlet or that negative energy sometimes, where they end up, typical things, saying something about a kid or laughing, doing different things. But it's like we can really teach kids how to be kinder to each other.
Yeah, I agree.
And understand like, if each kid is actually working on their own endeavors, you know what that does? Creates less drama.
Yep.
Ain't gotta be worried about being in somebody's business and all that, right?
I think kids, and then I also think it'll help kids play on their imagination versus their surroundings. Because I think that's what the kids is missing nowadays. I mean, you got Google, you got so many things that distracts you from your imagination. But realistically, everything we see right here came from somebody's imagination.
Yep. Nah, you're absolutely right about that. It's like the magical effect. I mean, that's what I did. I imagined myself being in an arena with Magic Johnson,
Imagery,
right?
bro. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think that it's important and it is lost because kids aren't able to really go outside like they want to. It ain't like they don't, like they can't, but it's just like they don't know how to anymore. So many different things that's going to grab their attention.
Yeah, absolutely. So you going into so now you in the Clippers. Y'all had a pretty this the year with what McGatty.
No,
No?
after that that was transitioning. They just got Brand got up out of there, but we got Blake. Blake and DeAndre. So we got young Blake, young DeAndre.
That was a battle every day.
And
That was a battle.
Baron.
That was definitely a battle.
It was definitely a battle. It was good though. Just felt like for me, during the course of my career, I got to help. I would say I got to help every person in my position be an all-star.
Nice.
So first year, I mean, KG self-explanatory, but I felt like I had to put some work in to keep him going and keep him motivated as well.
Because you was a marquee player for the Clippers at that time, right?
Yeah,
you was a factor.
So, and then at that point, Chris Kaman became an all-star when I got there.
He was tough.
Being able to talk to Kevin Love and show him the ropes, you know, what the weight room looks like, different things like that. And then LaMarcus Aldridge, when I get there, he becomes an all-star.
Let me ask you, do you think the Clippers had a bad news bear blanket over?
It's not bad news bear. It's just wicked energy, and it's weird because it goes. This is actually from a person who actually helped create the Lakers dynasty. Without Sterling, you don't get the Lakers dynasty. I don't think people understand that financially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I always get excited. When I was younger, I used to get excited about the Clippers when they always got some good people on the roster. They got L. Odom and they had
even before that. You remember Lloyd Vaught? You remember Maurice Taylor?
Yep.
Right, Piatkowski.
Yeah, they
shooter,
always had some
right?
good players, bro. Odom McCandy, they always had some good players. But it was always something that
it's the energy.
Bug,
it was the energy though.
Really, but I heard they used to do y'all dirty though. I used to practice like high schools and shit.
Nah, this is before like all the training facilities. So when I got there, it was completely changed. Now it was definitely turning a new leaf, and this is when I knew like, oh, we're gonna be a force to reckon with. Like beyond, like even when I'm done, like I could see this. Like seeing that energy, I already saw like, oh, with Blake, oh yeah, he's about to fill seats. Like this about to be a playoff flow. Like it's about to be real different energy in here. We're about to be like a team that everybody's liking. And then due to that situation that happened, which is crazy, that girl actually went to my high school.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So
that's crazy. She was went to your high school, but messing with Sterling. Sterling's a whole man.
That's what I'm saying. My age. It's crazy. But so you got that, but he was the last of it. And to see like that is just unfortunate, but it's just like, you know, you needed new energy. So now going into, and which I think once they get out of Staples Center and get their own arena, they'll have their own energy, and then soon to come
I can see that.
a chip.
I see what you're saying about that because they always got a good team. They got a good team now. I think when you just overshadow, when you just another team's little brother all for so many years, I don't think
it's
people
like
take it.
Yes and no, because it was like I don't know, like when it talks about the history of it, it's like I don't know. That kind of could have been Sterling's team at the end of the day because he had real money to get the whole thing. Bush just made the move because he was really passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think at the end of the day, like
they gotta do a documentary on it.
Either way,
we see Showtime on HBO. They gotta do a clip.
They gotta do a. They should, yeah, they do.
They gotta do a clip. I think that's just as significant.
And just the years of the different Clippers in different situations. I mean, man, there's so many different things.
Yeah. So now at this point, I mean, what you in like the 5th or 6th year, and then you going into. I mean, you did play overseas, right?
Yeah, I ended up going to Jerusalem. I played in Jerusalem, and I played in China.
How many years you played over there?
In Israel, I played 2 years, and then I played a year in China. That was dope.
That was fun.
Oh, that was so fun.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I got over all China, went all over China, got on the bullet train.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah,
I never been to Asia. I've been in Europe. I've been to different spots.
You gotta go to Asia.
Wow. So how was that? I know they loved you over there in China.
Yeah. So, but I had my first experience. That was funny though. So We land, see the interpreter. Hey, what's up? We get in the car. They just over here, nigga. Like, yo, what are y'all talking about, dog? I'm about to flex on all y'all right now, and y'all about to drive me back to the airport. They get all red, like, no, we're just saying So when they say nigga, it's or
Got you, okay.
But I'm like, bruh, what?
They might have been lying. No, I'm joking.
Right?
I'm joking. Oh, man, so you spent it, why a year? Why only a year over in China?
I got injured. That's
What?
when I had an injury bug just start coming over my life. And I was just like, man, that was one of the first injuries to start. I had bone spurs. And this was crazy because they ended up celebrating me and like making me like the top marketing guy. So in that whole time I was there, because I was like 35 and like 15. I'm having some 40 pieces, and this is what Hassan Whiteside's over there. This before he get his big deal, and I'm like, oh, what's going on?
That's crazy.
But no, big shout out to Hassan Whiteside. But
so you had your I know that was a culture shock too, though. Like, I mean, as far as like, we're talking about the food y'all was eating.
First of all,
good?
we don't eat the same food that is being presented to us. I'll say that.
So you go to
Chinese food over there is a little bit different, way different.
In what way?
It ain't no orange chicken like that. No, these like panda. Like, nah, it's like Americanized.
No compound chicken or none of that.
Yeah, it's Americanized, man.
So you over in China?
I'm over in China. Pizza Hut's a restaurant, first of all.
Like you
ain't
pizza would take a girl there, like, little baby.
Oh yeah, upstairs, downstairs. But you gotta eat the pizza with a knife and fork. You pick it up with your hand. They looking at you crazy.
Really? Like you sloppy, bro. Like, you just no home training.
It just look like
folding your pizza.
And then everywhere you go, there's gonna be somebody whose mouth just drops.
Yeah, why?
I've never seen a person of that color in my life. So like, what?
I heard that though. I heard that it's like they want to take pictures. They trying to touch you. They trying to touch you, make sure you're real.
I had to go to the barbershop one time. So I go in the barbershop and tell my interpreter, I just want it all even. Like, please, I got a lot of hair on my head. Let me get it all even.
Hold on, you went to a barbershop in China?
I went to a barbershop in China. That's crazy. To get the low.
Whatever you got, if you got fucked up, you deserved it. That's crazy.
Nah, he gave me an all low. No lineup, all low though.
No lineup,
but I had so much hair and it was really hot out there. So I'm like, yo, I gotta cut this off.
Okay, the braids, braids in?
No. I just got long hair. But I was like, I just need cut even. So as he's cutting my hair, everybody stopped working and they start picking my hair up.
Wow.
And just like messing with it. Like,
he was real.
Like,
that's crazy.
How
you feel about that? I don't think I've been tripping. I don't know what I would do. I don't think I'd have been tripping though. I just think I would just been looking like, damn, what y'all gonna do? Like, I about to sell it? Like, I don't know. Like, what would I have done?
I don't know. I just felt like it's kind of king stuff. Like, yo.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been mad. Like, I just would have been curious. Like, why y'all picking it?
No, they was just all man showing love, but they was just like the texture. Like, we've never felt this texture before. Like I probably was the first black guy.
Really?
Ever.
But they tried to have leagues over there for years. Like,
I know, but in this town, it was different. It was a new town.
Okay,
so
got it.
This team came over from Hong Kong to like Wenan. So I'm like in Oklahoma City of China. I'm in the middle of China.
Oh, shit.
And then like the city is the size of Compton, but like 3 million people. It's a gang of people there. Like, it's traffic. It's crazy.
Wow.
The McDonald's was fire though.
Where was it?
Oh, overseas McDonald's. China McDonald's,
so
fire.
It looked like the commercial.
McDonald's.
It looks like the burgers look like the commercials.
It's the real deal. It's fresher. It's different.
Yeah, I had that in when I went to London one time. London
liked it, right?
Yeah, London was. That's the last time I had McDonald's. That was like three years ago. But everything was neat. It looked like the commercial. Like, if I would have put it on the bag, we could start filming it. So you was in China That was so you only did for a year. Then what you do after that?
Well, I was supposed to come back because I had an opportunity because Yao Ming was like on my line and he wanted me to play in Shanghai, but I couldn't. I still had bone spurs.
Oh, so what's bone spurs for people who don't know?
Bone spurs is where your bone kind of gets chipped off and gets into like these little sharp situations and that sharp situation can kind of mess with your nerves. Because now your bones are sharp. There's nothing smooth for that nerve to just be landing over. Now it's dealing with like something that's damn near trying to cut it, almost like a rope and knife, right?
Right.
So now you got your nerves being bothered with. So now like it's more so of a nerve situation. You can have surgery, you can not have surgery.
So
I went and had surgery, which I shouldn't.
How would you combat it if you don't have surgery?
Well, you just got to break the bone spurs. I know that sounds like a beast, but like there's basically natural ways of healing that bone spur instead of like cutting it off or whatever they're doing.
So was that right from China? Was that the end of your career?
Nope.
No. What you do after that?
Still was going.
So you still overseas, or do you bounce back and forth to the NBA?
Nah. So I went to the G League for a month.
How was that?
That was dope. My team was in like last place, and then we got into a buy into the playoffs. So then I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna go back right now in this month, and they're like, no, it's a process. Yes, you did good in this whole month and you killed, but we want to see you come back in the next year and play one more month, and then we'll call you up because there's a list.
Okay.
Because I go, dude, I just gave somebody 33 points, and they got called up.
Now here's the thing, right? So I'm listening to the story. Fantastic high school player, fantastic college player, great NBA player. Now you in a place. Now you overseas. You far away from the goal you once wrote down on a piece of paper. Or maybe it seemed like that. Well, I'm asking you.
Well,
do it feel like that? Like now you in the G League. Now you like, yo, now I got to do another month. I just killed these guys. How far am I away from my original goal?
I just understood like whenever you in profession, whenever you leave one league and go into the next, because what was popular at that time was actually going overseas because it was lockout issues and different things and taxes when it became to like certain guys like myself, like our money is not worth as much as like we're getting paid. So if we getting paid 1.2, they got to pay like $5 million for our tax. So then we had to start dealing with things like that. So that's why the move like towards overseas for me was just like, all right, let's see if we can get somewhere, get like a 5-year 30 or something like that. But yeah, just having that like going through that way just made me seem like, oh, when you go to a new league, you kind of got to start over. So even though I was already in the league, they'll still make you try to start over like a new beginning pretty much. For some players, I don't know why, but that just seemed like what it was.
Did you ever feel like quitting? Like, man, I did everything I needed to do. I met all my goals. My family taken care of. I made the money. I traveled the world. It's time to move on. Or did you?
I feel like I still love the game.
Yeah.
And I still needed to play. So I didn't want that to be the ending. I never wanted to end on an injury.
Yeah. How did you see yourself in the once you got to the league and you was like, man, I'm here now, this is how I want my league.
I was like, I was going to be here for 30 years.
30 years, championship.
But no, it still works out because it's like, even though I'm not in the league, I still work with the league, so I'm still in the league.
Right.
In that respect.
At the end of the day, one thing kids and everyone uses, basketball, the ball stopped bouncing for everyone. And you got to understand that it has to be throughout that process of you living your dreams and you meeting your goals, you have to start establishing a network. You have to start establishing other new goals because you get the one goal and your appetite gets bigger. So as you're going through the process and you're realizing like, look, got some bad knees, things ain't working out like I wanted to. Are you thinking about the next plan after basketball?
Yeah, so that's what's interesting. Once I did decide to make that move overseas, I already started getting into like writing, and writing like different things. So I had the opportunity to write each week in the Israel paper about my weekly, like what I did weekly. Like certain things that happened
like
to
a
me.
Blog.
Yeah, LA guy in Jerusalem from the NBA. Like people actually started to read my stories, like because it kind of got interesting, like what was going on, like each and every week. Like it was a bizarre stuff.
And it was because this was pre-internet, right?
Yep.
The internet wasn't like you just
It
couldn't.
wasn't the best. I mean, Instagram just came out and stuff like that. So I mean, you still got that. It was like 20.
But Instagram evolved over the
13.
last 6, 7, 8 years
Yeah.
though. It's not
Yeah.
like 2012
Yeah.
Instagram was like you had to have an iPhone. Only
Yeah.
iPhone
Yeah.
users can have it,
Yeah.
and you was just taking pictures, and you could scroll, and if you posted a picture at 2:00, people seen it at 2:00.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it definitely evolved over the years. So now you out of the NBA, and you are you're writing in the Jerusalem paper. What's the move when you get back to America?
See how this works overseas. Like I'm actually trying to fill out like what I want to do now. Cause now I know I'm getting at that point and there's certain things I'm taking a liking into. So it's like talking on TV and writing blogs and different things like that. Like, all right, how like I gotta do something that I've always wanted to inspire the next generation and I always felt like I had a character, like what can I do? Like to really inspire the next generation. And that's when I really started thinking about the Rhino and like children's books.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where that energy just really started from.
Yeah, I did see you were writing.
So I did write a book, but it wasn't the actual book that I just came out with.
Oh, no?
So that's what people don't understand. Like I've been writing for a
Well,
long time.
help us understand it. Well, how did that work?
Oh man, that process was crazy. But I think I wanted to initially tell a story based on my inspiration. What inspired me and what can possibly inspire you based off you seeing what I went through. And I always felt like coming from LA, man, when we in the inner city, there's only a few people that you normally used to see around your neighborhood to inspire you. So most of them was drug dealers. So why can't I be that type of guy these days to these kids? The one that actually went to the NBA and actually went after his dreams and the guy that they see on TV and that they know is real. That's the guy I want those kids to see all day, every day.
I think that's important. I think imagery is important. I think if we see someone come from our neighborhood and see someone who look like us and have the same background, kids know it's possible.
Yep.
Kids know it's possible.
Yep.
And so let me ask you this: is the NBA your biggest accomplishment?
I guess individually in the sport of basketball because like I've been wanting to play this game since I was 3 years old. It's one of my biggest accomplishments. But I don't know, like for me, right? I think it's making it to a league that a lot of people can't make it to. Only 5,100 people ever, right? And that's with 10 days and all that. But if we go 3 years or less, now we even less of a percentage of people. So to be in that type of club, to still have that type of access, right? And to live based on me working hard for this game, for sure.
So what would you give credit to for accomplishing all this?
My mother first and foremost.
Moms is important. Love you, Mom.
Love you, moms. Of course, my dad. But there's friends, there's teachers, certain family members, and certain teammates. I mean, I'm appreciative for all the experience because this is what was made out of everything. And, and sometimes people gotta understand it's not all about the beauty. It's about the struggle. It's about the sacrifice.
There's a beauty in the struggle.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in the struggle too.
Because like I said, in order to make it to heaven, you gotta go through hell.
Yeah.
You gotta, and you gotta make yourself uncomfortable. You gotta be in uncomfortable situations to make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
Because
I always say I try to find comfort in being uncomfortable.
Yep.
Something 50 Cent said one time: pain wouldn't feel so good. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. That's very true. I think us as people, we try to avoid that. I think they tell us that you always need to be happy. Everything needs to feel good. But reality of it is that everything's not going to always feel good. You just got to go through what you need to go through to get to where you need to go.
Yep.
And for another thing, I want to say, like, although you had a strong mom and you had a strong supporting cast around you, I think what's very impressive to me from what I'm hearing is your mindset. Your mindset to go through everything you went through. You sitting there, you could have easily jumped into a game. You could have easily not went to school. You could have easily not worked out. You could have easily listened to the doubters. But you said, no, I'm not doing that. I know I can be where I need to be. And you stuck to your goals. You stuck to your paper. The goals on your paper. So I think that's tremendous. I think that's a huge message to the listeners, the viewers, anyone who has a goal and dream, who have to navigate through the chaos of today's society. And I think that's very important. Um, and one of the things that I think personally because I know you, and I think what what I think your biggest accomplishment is having a child.
Oh yeah,
You having a
yeah,
child, bro.
yeah,
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 your
yeah,
family,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I think I truly believe that family is nothing big. There's no bigger bag than family. No bigger bag than family. So I love to see guys continue their quest in life and strive and work towards helping the community. Um, but before we go, just let me know like what what keeps you motivated now.
My little bubble, man. You
That's
already
love.
said it, man. My guy, like I feel like because I want him to be so much better than what I was.
Right.
And I felt like I did so much, but I know he can do it because he's my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
like I'm just trying to pour all that energy into him in that regard, but at the same time, know like when I'm out here with these little kids, that's my son.
Yeah.
They're my kids now.
Cause you
I
go to
gotta
your
take care of
Instagram,
my
you
kids.
all most of your pictures, videos is with kids. You doing and it's in different facets. Like, is this not your organization? You working with other organizations? I seen you in the video at the VBL
Yeah,
training kids.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, you're a former NBA player down there doing it for the love of it. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So
It's just my city, man, and I want to make sure like every kid knows that it's possible. There's never a list, right, for each category of kids in their group to say only 100 or 200 kids can be successful. They all can be successful.
right, 100%.
So I just want them to know that. They got to know that first so they don't think of these alternative routes. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I came from. I came from them alternative routes. But I'm trying to come back in there so they don't have to. What Hove say? Hove said, that's what I went through.
Yeah,
See, I had
gotta
to
go
go
through
through
that.
that.
Facts.
You know what
H
I'm
to the
saying?
Izzo.
Like,
Yeah.
if they see it, they don't have to.
Right.
And we kind of want them to be privileged because if they are
I
privileged,
agree.
that means what Dr. King said came true, dog. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No, I definitely feel you in that. I think it's good that when you say privilege, I mean just really just saying access. I think I said my nieces and nephews, they all got iPads, they all got phones. Every kid got a phone and an iPad, so
And
all
what
the
you always say,
information's
hey man,
there.
I used to have a beeper, man, or I used to have like, right, I had
Uh-huh.
the snake phone. Like, look what y'all got these days. But it's true, like they privileged. We
Yep.
gotta.
You gotta let it. You got, and then that's just the way the world evolves. That's just the way the world evolves. So, but man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Appreciate you giving me your time. Appreciate you giving the viewers, the listeners, opportunity to hear your story. Again, it's bigger than goals. Although you wrote those goals on that paper, you had to become somebody bigger than your goals. You had to become disciplined. You had to become smart. You had to become have advance your mental toughness, all those things that made you the man you are today, and now you're instilling to the community as well as your son. So congratulations on that, my man.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank
Thanks for
you,
having me.
my guy. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. So next time, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, bigger than goals.